Okay, so welcome back. Now we're going to talk about electric burnishing, which is referred to as high speed. It'll be anywhere from 1,000 RPM up to 2,000 RPM. We have Jennifer Meek with us here again today, and she's learning how to operate equipment in a safe manner as well. So you'll notice the first thing, Jen, we have the cord unplugged again. Okay, you did really well with the rotary swing machine. This one's actually easier to run. It's almost like your lawnmower at home where you would just basically go back and forth, but it turns at a high RPM. So if you take your pad, that's a natural hair pad, okay? It'll be made up of certain fibers that are built to give you gloss. You have to knock the center punch out, okay? And then you'll notice you have a ring here, a holder ring. Right? And I want you to install that centered around this ring as good as you can. Okay, again, making sure that it's centered properly. That's pretty good. You got lots of aggressive teeth that hang on to it. And that just twists on clockwise. Hold the pad from turning. A little bit of pressure. There you go. Okay, make sure it's good and tight because you don't want it coming off at any kind of high RPM. And you're good to go. That's all there is, you know, to operating that machine. So you can go around the back of the machine now and lift it up, okay? And this particular one is a Karcher model. It's one that we're using in our training center. You notice the cord's out of the way, but again, not up over your shoulder. I just want it safely around where you understand where it is and it doesn't become a trip hazard, okay? And that's with time, you'll figure it out. So how you actually lower the handle is a little pedal on the back. Okay, and they'll all vary, by the way. Some will have an adjustment collar on the handle or whatever. And this is a spring-loaded handle, so there's no position that you lock it in like you did the swing machine. So it'll work on, it'll work really on the momentum that vacuums it down or sucks it down. So that's your safety release, and then your levers, whether you're left-handed or right-handed. And why don't you just go ahead? I'm going to plug that in. Do you want me to come around the front of the machine just in case before you do that? Okay. So hands off correctly. I'm going to plug it in. Okay, so there shouldn't be too much problem because it's not going to want to go left or right. It's just going to want to go straight. So why don't you go ahead, I'm right here, and you start it up. Okay, and you notice as you walk ahead, the front of this one comes down. Okay, and just go back and forth a couple of times. I want to make sure you're comfortable with that. So what you can see, and maybe head over here to the a little to the right. Okay, over where there's nice amount of finish there. Easy machine to operate, not a problem at all. That's all there is to running a burnisher. Very quiet. What you'll notice, without anything, we're getting a really nice gloss out of that, and that's what that's designed to do. So if you've got any finish down that you've top coated or just done a deep strip, you always want to wait 24 to 48 hours for the finish to cure before you burnish it. And then once you do that, it'll actually make it a little bit harder and give you a lot more gloss at the same time. So relatively easy to operate. Okay. Make sure you pay attention to where your cord is at all times. You've got your wet floor signs in the vicinity, which is great. It's quiet. It's a very quick process, and look at the gloss you're getting there. See, for someone operating for the first time, you're already getting exceptional results. Way to go. Thank you.